This is the moment where everything around Arsenal tightens. The pressure, the expectations, and the opportunity to prove they are ready for the very top. But alongside that, there's been a storm of noise around *** Julian Alvarez***, and most of it has distracted from what actually matters, the reality of the situation and the game ahead. Let's reset it properly. Reports claimed Alvarez had already agreed to join Barcelona, that talks were advanced, even that preparations for a move had started. It spread fast, and it shaped a narrative that Arsenal were already out of the picture. But that version of the story didn't last long. His agent came out and shut it down completely, calling those claims *1000% false. That's not a soft denial, that's a full reset of the conversation. Then Fabrizio Romano confirmed the key detail. Nothing is developing right now. No deal is close, no decision is being made, because Alvarez is focused entirely on the Champions League. And most importantly, all options remain open, including Arsenal. Now this is where things shift from transfer talk into something much more real. Arsenal are about to face Atletico Madrid in a Champions League semi-final, with Alvarez directly involved. This is no longer about rumors, it's about performance at the highest level. These are the games where reputations are built, and where clubs get a true picture of a player under pressure. If Alvarez delivers here, his value rises, his demand rises, and Arsenal's interest becomes even more relevant. But at the same time, Arsenal have a job to do, and stopping him is part of it. Looking at the game itself, this is one of the toughest tests Arsenal can face. Atletico at home are not just organized, they are intense, aggressive, and emotionally driven. They don't allow rhythm. They break games into moments, force mistakes, and punish transitions. That means Arsenal's biggest challenge is not just creating chances, it's controlling the tempo. If they rush, if they force passes under pressure, Atletico will capitalize instantly. Tactically, the key battle is in midfield. Arsenal need to dominate that central space, stay compact, and move the ball quickly but calmly. The ability to play through pressure, not around it, will decide whether they can take control of the match. If they manage that, they can stretch Atletico and create openings. If they don't, the game becomes exactly what Atletico want: chaotic, physical, and unpredictable. Defensively, dealing with Alvarez is crucial. He's not a traditional striker who stays high. He drops into pockets, links play, and creates overloads between the lines. That means Arsenal's midfield and defense have to stay connected at all times. If there's space between those lines, he will find it. If Arsenal stay compact and disciplined, they can limit his influence and force Atletico into less dangerous areas. On the other side, Arsenal's attacking approach has to be patient. This is not a game where you get 5 or 6 clear chances. It's about taking the 1 or 2 moments that come your way. Wide areas could be key, stretching Atletico's shape and creating space centrally. Quick switches of play, controlled possession, and intelligent movement off the ball will be essential. And this is where the bigger picture comes in. Arsenal are no longer just trying to compete, they are being tested on whether they can win at this level. These are the games that define seasons. Not just because of the result, but because of how you handle the pressure, the environment, and the tactical demands. So while the Alvarez story continues in the background, the real focus is clear. Arsenal have the quality. They have the structure. Now it's about execution. Because by the end of this tie, 2 things will become clear: whether Arsenal are ready to take that final step, and whether players like Alvarez become targets, or problems they've already solved on the pitch.